Well, do it live! Fuck it! Do it live!
Welcome to the Mouthpiece, episode 129. Today we're going to talk about my week in poker, the NBA in-season tournament tonight, my NFL pick of the week, we won another, and whatever else is going on. The Mouthpiece is next. Yo, what's up? Welcome to the Mouthpiece. A lot going on in the poker world, a lot going on in my life, and whatever else, man. How you guys been? Another week, another winning 2 picks on our pick of the week and our second best pick on the Texans. What a week on Frisco. We had Frisco first half, Frisco game. We did alt lines. I mean, that was a once in a generation pick, I think, where you just had the team was just dead 3 crazy weeks in a row. So, first of all, let's talk about poker. I got myself a room at the Wynn, and I'll be checking in that tomorrow, staying there for like 8 to 12 days. Not quite sure. See how long it goes. It's real important. I thought that it's just hard for me to get up every day. So, and then drive down there. So I'm going to have room down there. Danny's going to take care of the cats. And,
we have a party.
You what?
I was talking to Moody. I said, you hear that? We're going to have a party.
Yeah, party when I'm gone, huh? Yeah, that's what the cats do. And so, that's what's kind of on the agenda starting tomorrow. I went to the Lakers in-season tournament game Thursday. Wild. I can't believe we won by 44. Wanted to go tonight, but it was either do a podcast with you motherfuckers or go to the finals of the in-season tournament game. But it started at 5. It's a holiday weekend. I don't know what holiday it is, but there's a bunch of people in town. I have no idea what it's for.
Well, it's Hanukkah, right?
Yeah, but that's not what. There's some special something going on this weekend where they wanted to charge $500 a night for the rooms at the Wynn, and I was just like, well, I'll just check in Sunday. But I just figured on a Saturday night I didn't want to go down there, leave here at 3:30, and miss the podcast with you guys. So Danny's got a a poker game to go to tonight?
Yeah, you should go.
Yeah, he's got
It's right here in our neighborhood.
a neighborhood poker game. Yeah, he always wants me to go. I think I went once. And maybe I'll go after the Laker game, but we're going to do the podcast till, let's see, they say kickoff is 5. They probably won't start till 5:15. I mean, I can't make a pick of the week, a basketball game, but I laid 3.5 with the Lakers. I do not, you have to understand, LeBron is so locked in and he wants to win. And to me, I think the in-season tournament trophy is all bullshit. It's just stupid. But to LeBron, it's adding another trophy to his resume. And he's playing it like it's an NBA final, because he might never see an NBA final again. But the way the Lakers are playing, they are one shooter away from probably being the best team in the NBA. I mean, their defense is smothering. They never give up over 104 points. And finally, the offense lit up the other day. But if when Vincent comes back, he could become the Vincent that was with Miami, and Prince could hit the shots he hit Thursday, and Russell could hit the shots he hits, and LeBron could go 4 for 4 from 3. We'll get our thoughts on Ohtani in a minute. And then the Lakers have a shot to win the title. Yeah, I just woke up with the word the Dodgers paid $700 million for Ohtani. Now, as you guys know, I'm a diehard Dodger fan. I mean, the Angels wanted to keep him. I think they wanted to give him like $600. The Dodgers overpaid. And, and if it ends up he doesn't come back from Tommy John surgery and be the Ohtani that he was before, now the Dodgers will have paid $700 million for a hitter in a ballpark that's not a hitter's ballpark. So, but either as the Angels. So it should be interesting. Agree. Single game series favors LeBron. He could go all in tonight, and his son is playing on Tuesday. So I do believe that he will. The Lakers have already told him he can have the day off on Tuesday. So I think LeBron will go all in on this game. The line has moved. Last I saw, 4.5. Everybody thinks like me. Let me see what the line is now. I bet you it's 5. I mean, there's a lot of value, by the way, in Indiana. I see 4.5. Oh wow, I see 4. It's gone down. I see some 3.5. There's a lot of value in the Pacer line. A lot. I wanted to bet him on money line, but the money line was too much. $1.75, $1.80. I know how I run. They'll probably win by 3 or whatever, but the Lakers are going to win tonight. There's no way. I mean, Halliburton's unbelievable. Indiana's beat the Bucks and the Celtics back to back, but I don't think LeBron will let him down. I mean, we'll see. I'm a diehard Laker fan. I'm kind of betting with my heart here. No, I'm not high, but I might be high. The fact that I bet on the Lakers, that's a good point. Anyways, I do not play online, buddy. I play in a private game with everybody that I know. I do not play in any online poker game with people I do not know. So, yeah. So you take that away. The Lakers defense is the best in the NBA. That's why they are where they're at. They are unbelievable. And Vanderbilt coming back really helped that a lot. Rui's starting to hit his shots. AR-15 is unbelievable. Thank you, Drew. Appreciate it. Yeah, I agree with you on that, Drew. I mean, but you never know. Could be the 1%, and then the Dodgers are fucked for $700 million. So, anyways, poker we finished last week losing 27,000. I didn't play after we ran the podcast last week. I was going to play Saturday night, Sunday. Wasn't feeling so good. So I took a losing week. It's good to have a losing week once in a while. I then on Monday jumped back in. I was up 10,000. I ended up losing 12. Hand came up where I still don't even believe it, but game was playing small. Everybody was opening 120, 140, no three betting going on at all. And all of a sudden, this guy just opens to 500. And I have two queens, and I make it 2,500. And he just jams 13,000, and I snap call, and he has aces. And I still can't believe he had aces. And then another hand came up where I raised king, queen of hearts, get three bet by the small blind. I call. Comes 10, 8, deuce with two hearts. He bets pretty big. I call. Queen on the turn. He bets. Now he's sized down to like 40% pot from 80% pot on the flop, which was weird. I call, and I know he's got a real hand here. I don't think I'm paying it off with king queen, but of course the river card comes a king, and now he overbets 8,000, and now I really only lose to jack nine because he wouldn't have sized so big on the flop with a set and then sized back down. And I was very worried about jack nine. And I called 8,000 and he showed me jack nine of diamonds. So that's how I end up losing 12,000 on Monday. Now, Tuesday came and, or was it Wednesday? Let's see, I didn't play yesterday or the day before. What was yesterday? Friday, Thursday. Yeah. Okay, so maybe I didn't play Monday and I played Tuesday. Yeah, maybe I didn't play Monday. I played Tuesday, Wednesday, or anyways. I end up winning 44,000 on Tuesday or Wednesday. I lose track of time. Days. No, today's Friday. It was Tuesday. I didn't play the last 2 days. Wednesday, Thursday. No, today's not Friday. It's Saturday. Jesus, I don't even know what day it is. Anyways. So, so that got me winners for last week and this week, and I'm probably gonna play tonight and tomorrow and see how it turns out. Depends. We'll see. No, I don't really. Online bracelets are to me are a joke and all over the place or whatever. They're not in Vegas to me. I don't count them, so I don't even care. They're not even bracelets are worthless now. They give away 250 of them, 300 a year. It's just it's whatever it is. And so, but listen, I plan on playing the World Poker Tour event and make sure I play some more No Limit tonight and get myself in a good groove. I've been winning. I mean, I lost last week, and I had the big day this one week where I kind of won a 62K pot with Ace King. My hand was kind of hidden, and guy three bet under the gun somebody, and I just flatted the three bet to 999, and came Ace 10 deuce, and he bet real big. I got a Ace 10 deuce. I didn't think he would go real big with a set. And so I kind of just jammed. There was 10K in the pot. I just jammed 32 into 10. And he happened to have queen 10 of spades. The flop came ace 10 deuce with 2 spades. So I actually flopped behind. And I won with both boards. So, my win for the week isn't my great play. It's I got lucky. I got my money in behind. No, I don't watch any of Daniel's vlogs. I really don't. I don't really watch any poker. I have no interest in poker. Watching poker, it doesn't excite me. There's a price tag on my shirt. Where? I just got it for
It's on your right shoulder.
my right shoulder. Oh, I just got it for a Hanukkah present. It's not a price tag. It's a barcode. Yeah, somebody sent it to me. It was at my front door, my Hanukkah present. Pretty nice shirt, so I figured I'd wear it. Happy Hanukkah to all my Jewish friends out there. And, yeah. So, hopefully I feel good enough to play tonight. And then I'll, blah, blah, blah. What am I thinking? And then I'll go to check in after the games tomorrow. I couldn't get a room, so I don't know. Alan Kessler had a guy who had an extra room. He gave me a good deal on it. So, yeah. I'll play all week some tournaments and see what happens. No, Michael, I'm not high. I just woke up. Like Danny was here, and we had the cable guy or the internet guy coming over, and so I hear the door ring at 3. Luckily, it came at 3, or we would have had to do the podcast a little bit later because my internet's been out. That's the reason why I haven't played the last 2 days. See, I'm so out of it. It's unbelievable. We could talk about the cheating bullshit. So, I mean, the Mars guy, played in our game for a while. I told the game runner that something was wrong. I knew something felt off. Like somebody was playing his account or whatever. And I was right about that. He was kicked out of the game like a year ago, 6 months ago. I have my opinions that I know are right on all the people that are cheaters, But no, I'm never wrong. Like everybody who we've ever caught cheating or being ghosted or anything in our game, I was right about 100%. I'm the one that finds them because I'm the only one that's a professional player for 26 years that knows right away when something is off, And, listen, I'm just always right when it comes to these things. And, I don't want to go out of my way and say bad things about certain people. Wesley's crying about how much he got scammed for. My answer is how much did he scam people for? That's just my opinion. I think they're all fucking disgusting people. So I'm a pretty good reader of live people. When you want to, they have a casino that deals games. Here's all you need to know about the Vegas, LA private scene. Okay. You have casinos that charge 15% of the rake that they're paying in private games. 10%, 15% of what they're paying in private games. Yet, in LA, Vegas, people would rather pay 5 to 10x more in a private game. Well, why? Because there's a couple of hookers and blow around? That's gonna, instead of them paying $1,000 a rake in a day, paying $50,000, you could buy lots of hookers and blow for a lot less than that. That's my take on it. I mean, if you play in a private home game that's charging you 10 times as much rake, maybe more than 10 times, 20 times, 50 times. Like if normal rake for 8 hours is $1,000, but they're taking 50,000 into 100,000 a day in rake, there's a reason why those players are, all the live ones are playing in those games. You know, they think that they're playing against live ones, and who knows what they're doing. I don't know. I'm not around the scene. I've been around in the old days, and it's 100 times worse now. So, that's all I have to say. You know, it's up to them. I have no idea who's calling me here, but let me just quickly get this. This might be important. Hold on. Hello? Okay. Hold on. Okay. They're calling me about my pain doctor's appointment on the 13th. What the fuck day is it? It's the 10th. But December's almost over?
No, it's the 9th right now.
What the fuck's going on, man? Crazy. Appointment confirmed, yeah. All right, so poker's been covered. We're having a good week. What else we covered? We covered the NBA in-season tournament. I laid the 4 with the Lakers. I'm very concerned about laying 4 points in this game. But I'll tell you what, it is a Laker home game. It was so loud and so crazy in there on Thursday that it's a Laker home game. And it's very loud. LeBron wants it very well, very, very much. So that's my opinion on that. Okay, our pick of the week. The pick of the week is really good. We're 12-2 on our pick of the week, 9-4 on our second best pick. What's that? 21-6. Pretty amazing run we're on. So you guys might not like it, but I love it. Pick of the week, Chicago Bears off a bye, getting 3.5 against the Detroit Lions, who are missing 4 defensive starters. The Bears had them beat 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, whatever it was. I mean, they had a 2-touchdown lead with 3 minutes to go, and somehow the Bears punted the game off. Jared Goff in weather under 50 degrees is like 2-10 straight up. It's going to be 35 degrees and raining in Chicago, and I get a team getting more than a field goal. Detroit is floundering. They are getting worse. The Bears are getting better. The comparison power ratings have the Bears only 1 point worse than Detroit, and with 1.5 for home field, that will bring the line to about a half. Then they're giving you 3.5. I think that Detroit is not the better team at this point, and home field advantage, 35 degrees in the rain, getting 3.5. This is the play of the game. This is the play of the week. You say Detroit's playing for a playoff spot. Really? They have a 3-game lead over the Packers. The 3-game lead with 5 to go. Detroit's only got 3 losses. So, or maybe they even got 4. They have 4? No, they're 3. They're 9-3, right? Yeah. So, now Detroit's going to be the 4 seed for sure, or the 3 seed for sure. I mean, there's no way they won't be. Or is it how many divisions are there? Yeah, there's 3 divisions, right? Yeah. Down. No, there's 4 divisions, so they'll be the 4 seed. I love the Bears. Love the Bears plus 3.5. They're my top pick of the week. Now I went back and forth on this. I went with Detroit as my number 1 pick. Number 2 pick is Cleveland. Laying 3.5. Line open 2.5. It doesn't matter. They are. Jacksonville lost 6 starters in the game last week against Cincinnati. They bludgeoned them. No matter what they say, Lawrence, it's a game time decision. No, he had a severe high ankle sprain. There is 0 chance he is playing this week. 0. Don't listen to the bullshit. Beathard is the backup. He got banged up. Kirk is out. They lost 2 offensive linemen, 2 defensive linemen. They're missing 6 starters. This is a must-win game for the Browns, who have lost 2 in a row. And this is a team that needs to win the playoffs. So I have Cleveland as my number 2 pick. My number 3 pick, again, these are just, I'm just going in orders of the top. Those are the only 2 that I'll be betting. Will be Chicago and Cleveland. My 3 pick is basically, these are I'm just telling you, these are the 5 I played at Circa. So my 3rd pick, I took Cincinnati. I laid 1.5 at Circa over Indianapolis. I mean, Indianapolis stinks. They're awful. And it's not recent. It's easy for Cincinnati to really come flat here off a short week over Jacksonville, big win. They came off of a bye and they beat Jags, but Indy's just not very good. I think if Broward just plays 50% of what he did last game, I think the team believes in him. So I took Cincinnati. My number 4 pick that I took in Circa was Buffalo against Kansas City. I took 1.5, even though they rate out as a point better Kansas City. This is Buffalo's Super Bowl. If the Buffalo Bills lose this game, their season is over. This is a really outside the box pick, because I just think their season's over if they lose. Kansas City, we're 13 weeks in, and they have showed their only offensive week that they played well was against the second half against the Niners or against the Raiders, and I just think that it's going to be a high scoring shootout. Might not even be high scoring because Kansas City's offense stinks. To think, I mean, the line makers are telling you something, right? So Kansas City off a loss, I think reads like 14-1 the last 15 games off a loss, and now they're coming home and they're only 1.5 favorite. Like, I mean, the Bills are off of a bye, and I mean, I don't know, man. They're just, it's just a gut feeling. I really think I would never bet it, but I put it in my circa. This is one that I might bet. I don't think I usually only bet my first and my second best picks. So, but what are they doing? Like, how are they making Philadelphia 3.5 dog to Dallas? The ratings have Dallas at 1 point better than Philly. You get 1.5 for home court. Court makes it 2.5, and they're giving you 3.5. The Eagles get Goddard back this week. I think one of the biggest problems they've had on offense is not having Goddard, their tight end. I do think Dallas wins this game. I think they win by 3 at best. They might not even win this game. You know, if the Eagles win this game, they lock up almost everything, because this is the last of the 4 or 5 games in a row. I call it the gauntlet that they had to deal with. I mean, this is the gauntlet, and if Dallas wins, we're talking about now. Even if the Eagles win out, the Niners would have home court. Even if Dallas wins, right? And you see Dallas has Miami, Detroit, some other tough team. I haven't even. They play a fucking brutal schedule the rest of the way. Even if they were to beat the Eagles this game and win out, if the Eagles win out, the Eagles would still win the tiebreaker. It's like I read this last night. So, yeah, it's a must-win for the Dallas, but the Eagles lock up everything with a win. I like teams that get blown out the week before. And remember, they kept catching back-to-back weeks. They had to play a team off 10 days off, and not just a team. They had to play the Bills. They had to play Kansas City. Then they had to play Frisco. And Frisco has mashed everybody when healthy. I like the 3.5. I really do. So that's it. Those are my 5 that I bet. Well, that I took at circa. I've got Philly plus 3.5, Buffalo plus 2.5, Detroit, Cleveland, and Cincinnati. Let's see, my number 5, I took 13.5 with Seattle, which is probably a stupid play, because Frisco just owns Seattle. The reason why I took them in my pick'em is because Seattle, even though it's coming off a brutal loss to Dallas, they should have won, has 10 days off, and it was such a big game in Philly for Dallas last week. They wanted that game so bad. I think they could come flat here. I do think they win. they've been winning by an average margin of, I think they're 17-2 against straight up and 15-4 against the spread at home last 19 games. But if this game goes to 14, I might actually bet it. But in the pick'em, I took 13.5. I took the Ravens off a bye, laying 7.5 over the Rams. I think the Rams are overrated. And the Denver line went from 3 to 2.5. And who could blame them? The Chargers look awful. I'm leaning towards Denver, but I might not take the 2.5. I really wanted 3. And I took Houston 3.5 over the Jets because the Jets are a disaster. And here's a game that I really considered. I put them as my 1 because the line's 6.5. But if this line goes to 7, I advise everybody out there to bet them, and that's the Giants against Green Bay. So the Giants are coming off their bye. Green Bay just shot their load last week against Kansas City. They're 6-6. They play the weakest schedule. They're a lock probably to be 10-7 and make the playoffs. God, what a turnaround for Green Bay. I mean, Jordan Love looks unbelievable. I mean, he made some great passes last week. But this is a perfect come flat spot for the Packers. I couldn't come to putting the Giants as my pick of the week or even in my top 5 because I don't trust them because they just don't score at all. But, I mean, how could you not like if you can get 7 in this game? It's just a perfect spot. Team off a bye versus a team coming off beating the Super Bowl champs. Now has to go on the road. I'm telling you right now, the Giants are a really, really, really live pick this week. But I could only pick 5 in the circa, so I told you the 5 I picked. So, pick of the week, and I'm very confident in it, is the Bears plus 3.5. I still was able to get 3.5 this morning. I see it's gone down to a lot of 3s. And my second best pick is Cleveland. I don't know how in the world the Jacksonville will be able to compete against the Cleveland defense. Cleveland defense gives up 10.6 points at home, 31 on the road, I think. So those are all the stats. Let's take some phone calls and hear what y'all want to say.
If you'd like to take part in our phone call segment, you can give us a call at 702-329-0480. And if you're a snowflake or a pussy and you don't want to talk to me, you can email me at mouthpiecepodcast@gmail.com. Also, follow me at the Mouth Matiso on Twitter for times that our call-in segment will be live.
702-329-0480. Give us a call. We talk poker, sports, politics, which I'm trying to stay away from. NFL. How about the fact that I won 2,000? I bet somebody I could have won like 10 or 20,000 or 100. Let me tell you about this bet that I made. Welcome to Mouthpiece. Mike, what's up?
Hey, Mike, it's Ralph from Chicago.
What's up, Ralph? How you doing, bud?
You like the Bears plus 3, huh?
3.5, bro. 3.5.
Hey, I like them straight up.
I do too. I mean
if you watch it
Detroit's
last
fading. Detroit's fading, buddy. they're fading badly. Their offense is still playing okay, but their defense is pathetic. They were thoroughly manhandled by the Bears 2 weeks ago, and they gave that game away. And
100%.
and I just don't see.
And look what the Packers did to him on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I mean they're just.
I mean, the Packers are playing. I mean, Jordan Love's this guy. He's playing out of his
Look
mind
at the
right
two. But this is why I like the Giants are really in play this week as a play. Is they're without Christian Watson. He got hurt the end of the game. I don't know if he's going to play, but if he is, he's going to be very dinged up.
now. Is Aaron Jones playing?
I don't think so. No. So you got
He's been hurt all year.
Yeah, but Dylan's played well in last 3 weeks.
Well, that's a stretch. He's done his job, I'll say.
Yeah, he's done his job, and I mean, Love has been unbelievable. Watson looks like the number one receiver they thought he would be.
And you got Romeo Dobbs. I mean, he'll show up.
Yeah. So I mean, this really, really is a good spot for the Giants.
Where is it? Is it in Green Bay?
In New York, in cold
New
weather.
York. Okay, I was going to say New York.
It's going to be raining too. So, I mean, I don't believe in DeVito, but you give Dable all the credit. I mean, the guy's won 4 games. They've given away like 3, and that's missing their whole offensive line. I mean, they got nothing. Give Dable credit.
And especially Darren Waller went down. I mean, he really didn't do much, but they thought he was going to be like a breakaway pacifier for Jones. But
yeah, I mean, think about how far the Giants have come this year. I mean, people are still have them rated as the second worst team in the NFL. I don't. I have them. I mean, I made a bet this week with my best friend and another guy. I told them straight out, the second worst team in the NFL is the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they're like, no, you're crazy. Matter of fact, I had a friend that lost a survivor.
that ship right now. So
I have a friend who lost a survivor pick with 4 people left. He took Pittsburgh this week. How could you ever take Pittsburgh in survivor after they got smashed by the worst defense in the NFL, Arizona, last week, and now they have to play a backup quarterback with 0 reps because on the short Thursday week, they don't practice.
I'm from Chicago. I know all about Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah. So they don't practice on the short week. So basically you're throwing Mitch Trubisky into the fire without any reps with his receivers, and you took them in. I had New England, and I had New England money line, each for 1,000, and my friend of mine is out of Survivor. I mean, there was 4 left.
New England's defense showed up, but their offense didn't.
New England's defense shows up every week. I mean, think about New England, okay? They're 3-9. I can name 5 games right off the top that
they could easily be like, yes, I agree with you.
Okay, they came within 1/2 of a step of beating Philadelphia when that 4th down play, they called him out of bounds. His toe hit the line.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, they win that game. They were down 7-6 driving against Miami in game 1 versus them, I think, or game 3. I think it was game 1, right? They lost 3 games, 10-7, 10-7, and 6-0. Like, they became the first
team. And if you're holding that Chargers offense with Keenan Allen and you got Eckler.
Eckler's been terrible.
Yeah.
That's why they're struggling. Eckler looks washed up. Every team is stopping Eckler, become one-dimensional, and they suck.
Yeah, he'll only get his touchdowns inside the 5.
Mm-hmm.
That's how he's a down runner like that. But yeah, he's not breaking nothing for no over 80 yards.
If the and even the Giant game, like they got all 10 points off turnovers when they lost 10-7. I know because they were my second best pick that week, and I couldn't even cover the spread against. I laid 3.5 on the road. They gave up 0 points on defense, and they gave up 10 by throwing the ball to the other team. Yeah, so I mean, if the Patriots had like 30%, 20% better offense that they have, they would have 5 more wins minimum. So they're 3-9.
Well, they're playing hot potato with Mac Jones and Zampi.
I mean, they should be 8-4 right now.
They easily could be 8-4.
Man,
or
the Patriots are like the best 3-10 team in the NFL. I mean, their defense is legit.
I mean, the only Bears game that they got blown up. I'm a homer. I'm a Bears fan. We got blown out by Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, but we're in every goddamn game. Like you said, the Lions game, we gave that game away. We put that on the platter for them.
Yeah,
we're up 2 scores in the fourth quarter, and we give that game away.
Yeah. Well, I know one thing. Everybody laughed at me when I took the Bears over 7.5 before the season started. If you take away the Detroit game where they were 98.6% to win, and you take away the Denver game where they were 99.999% to win, we'd be sitting at 6-6 right now, and we would be playing Detroit at home in a game I think they're going to win with a chance to get to 7.
Spot.
Yeah, for a playoff spot. So, and we have, and I'm not a Bears fan, but the Bears are going to have the number 1 pick and probably
thank you, Carolina,
the number 5 pick. And I don't think they should take a quarterback. I think Fields just needs to be with an offensive coordinator for more than 1 year.
Group for years. I don't want because the Chicago Bears, what they do is they bring in new offensive coordinators. Yeah. New schemes, new systems.
Just add Marvin Harrison Jr. to the guy they got from Carolina, and you have the two best. You'll have the two of the top 5 receivers in the league. Add and then trade down your pick, right? I mean, even if somebody wants to trade up and get some defensive players. And even I think their defense is really good now. It's improved a lot.
I would maybe beef up the line a little bit.
You need an offensive lineman, okay, a running back.
And you can get that for a second, third round pick.
I think if they trade their picks, and if they could get Marvin Harrison and some defensive players, trade their pick down, I think the Bears go right to the top 3 in the NFC.
Hey, I'm drinking the juice you're making, man, but I don't know what's gonna happen.
I mean, don't let your eyes deceive you. Forget the first 3 games of the year, okay? You take the last 9, the Bears can easily be 7-5. How about the game? How about the first game they lost to the Vikings, 18-12 with a backup quarterback? They could have won that game too. They could easily be 7-5. After the first 3 games, the Bears are in every single game, and they're giving.
I mean, they're very, very talented. They they contradict different ways to lose.
How
they
can
show
you
different ways to lose?
Get taking 3.5 this week with a Detroit team that's fading, that's missing like 4 defensive starters.
21-0 to the Saints, and they almost lost that game.
They're not very good. Okay, their offense is good. Their defense is not good, especially their back end. In cold weather, go look at Goff's record in cold weather. I think he's something like 12 games under 500 when the temperature's under 45 degrees. It's going to be 35 degrees and raining. He has small hands. I mean, to me, this is going to be.
What's the over-under in that game?
I'm not sure, but it's dropped. I think it's like 21-17, 21-18. I think it's going to be like the first game minus the last 2 touchdowns where they ended up winning.
It's going to be real gritty.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like 21-17 Bears.
17.
I mean, I like them on the money line too, but 3.5.
3.5 that's a gift.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'd be shocked if I lose this pick of the week. You know what I mean? But we'll see. My second best pick is the Browns. I mean, Jags off a short week are missing. They got bludgeoned. They lost 6 starters from Monday. No Kirk, no quarterback. Right? Yeah, he's out too. There's like 5 of them are out.
And all their linebackers, their whole team is
They lost everybody. So this line has moved big, and rightfully so. It's a game of injuries.
And the Browns you remember that Browns defense is nothing to shake it. That Browns defense.
At home, that's unbelievable. So if Jatorian, what's his name? DTJ, whatever his name is for the Browns plays, which I think he will, I think they win. Anyways, I'm going to pick up some other calls. So we're getting ready.
All right, Mike, good talking to you.
You got it. Take care. Yeah, I mean, I do think Dallas will win this game, but I don't think if they do, it'll be by 3. They ain't blowing out no Eagle team. All right, have a nice day. 702-329-0480. Give us a call. Talk poker. I don't really want to talk too much about the cheating scandal because I already knew these guys were cheaters.
Mikey.
What up? Welcome to Mouthpiece. Who's this?
This is Scott. I got to tell you, man.
What's up, bud?
I've been watching the old WSOP for the last week because there's nothing on Netflix, any of the channels.
Cool.
Man, it just reminded me how entertaining it used to be. We need that Mikey back.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. The Mikey would be back if I wasn't on so many pain meds and how hard it is for me to focus and play good. It's hard to in the old days I could just fucking talk as much shit as I want, and my brain, because I wasn't on all kinds of medication, would work perfect, and I had a photographic memory about how everybody played. So, I was really good then. But so now, like, Phil always wants me to talk more shit and be like the old Mike, but I like to win more than I care about entertaining people. So,
Well, Mike, we all want you to win if you can. Hey, look, I got a comment and a question, and then you can hang up on me.
Sure.
Question first, if you don't mind.
Sure.
John Chacon, how you feel about him and what happened legally? Did he get run over?
No, he's an idiot. He's my friend. He's an idiot. He was running. He opened up a pot business. He didn't have a license. They came down. They shut him down, and he was fined, and he reopened it again, and now he got lucky. I think he's probably only going to have to do 4 years in prison. Could have had to do a lot more. Sheiky is a good guy, but he's stupid, and he, to get the warning the first time and then do it again. Money is pretty evil, bro. People will do a lot of things for money.
Yeah, it doesn't shock me. Hey, look, I got to tell you, that shirt you're wearing.
Yep.
You know how good it looks, right?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, look at the ugly guy. Look at the ugly guy wearing it.
Yeah, it does.
Love you. Bye.
Love you, brother. Take care. Peace. 702-329-0480. It is 444. very, very, very great number in the world. Whoa, hello. Yeah. Beavis. What's up, Beavis? As far as the cheating goes, like the people that were cheating, I already knew about. I know. Just call me and say, I'll tell you what. All you have to do is call and say, scumbag or not. That could be like our game show. That's what we should do. On our next. What's up? Welcome to Mouthpiece. It's Mike.
What's happening, man? Gypsy Frank, what are you up to?
What's up, buddy? How are you doing? What do you think? You think we should? You think we should run a game show on the Mouthpiece podcast called Scumbag or Not? And then everybody could call in and just name names, and then I could just answer scumbag, not.
Yeah, that'd be interesting as long as you give details why they're a scumbag.
Well, yeah. I mean, I have never been wrong on one person in the history of poker. When I say scumbag, it's scumbag. When I say not.
All right, let's start now. Tell
not.
us who's the biggest scumbag that we don't know about in poker. Like that maybe the public thinks he's a decent dude.
That's a good question. I mean, there's people in the poker world that maybe the poker world don't know about. That's a good question. I mean, there's very few in the poker that are in the poker world in the limelight right now that are, I don't know, that consider people think they're really good that are scummy, you know.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's pretty common practice.
A lot of people want to say shit about Garrett, and I say not. Okay.
Well, what do they have bad to say about him? I think he's a stand-up dude.
I mean, I
haven't seen him do anything wrong.
They want to say, well, he kind of manipulated his lineups, but he was the star of the show. So if he didn't want to play with them, that does not make him a scumbag. Okay, that makes him, you know, he was driving the ratings. He was driving the ratings. So should he be? Me and him were never really close friends, but we've actually become much closer since the J4 hand, and I'm on Team Garrett 100%. You know, you saw that person. Did you see that person with a sign in front of a Hustler Casino saying "Give Robbie her money back"? Or Martin Cabral, they're scumbag.
No, I did not see that.
Yeah, scumbag. Like I was very, very upset at Ryan for allowing Martin to be on the show because I don't know him one bit, but I am good friends with everybody in the high limit poker world, and they all fucking say he's a scumbag piece of shit. And so if all the people who I respect highly in the poker world, people with high character, people like Chance, people like Dan Smith, people like Lucky Chewy, people like all the high limit people, and every one of them says he's a piece of shit scumbag, cheat. Now they haven't, they couldn't prove the cheating with Martin Cabral on this last one because they went through all the decks and found nothing, but the fact that it's been brought up before and the way he acts at the table, I don't know what you're talking about exactly. You're talking about the thing that just came out with the die shit that was on the cards? Well, here's another thing, okay? So they were able to, the die and the lenses or whatever with the cards, right?
It's crazy people still do that. I heard about that 20 years ago.
Well, me too. But here's the thing, right? And I don't care what Wesley says, right? He happens to have the deck of cards with the die, and he's showing everybody the cards. Like, why does he even have that in his possession? Like,
yeah, exactly.
Like, where would I go to get that? People are like, oh, you can just order it online. Really? You could just order it online. I could just Google poker die to see cards with contact lenses, and it's going to show up. So what I basically said is, wow, Wesley, why do you have a copy of these cards and this die? And people attack me for it. Whatever. Me personally?
Well, if you remember last week, I called in and we talked about business and big online games and stuff. And here the fuck you go. Perfect example. When there's hundreds of thousands of dollars at stake, there's going to be business going on. And I don't know why people would act so shocked to think that people wouldn't fucking cheat. People rob convenience stores for $500.
I mean, listen, I can't accuse anybody of anything, but I think Wesley is not a very good man. I don't think he's a good person at all. I think he's a phony. I think he's a fake. I think everything he pretends tells everybody that he says he is, crypto apparent, all the shit that he sells. I just think he's a scammer. I mean, listen, I don't know if he's a cheat, but I know he's not a good guy. That's it. So it's funny when the people who I don't think are good guys are all accusing the other cheaters of being bad. When cheaters get cheated, I think it's pretty funny. And
yeah, no shit. Right?
And I'm not saying that Wes is a cheater because I have no proof of that, but I don't think he's a good person, and that's my opinion. And I might be completely wrong. He might be a good person, and I might be wrong. But I just have this to say. Everybody I've ever said is not a good person is not a good person. That's it. They have ulterior motives, or they're out for something. And I will put my entire backing and my entire reputation behind Ryan Feldman and Nick Vertucci at Hustler Casino Live as people who are stand-up people. Okay, but, and I had a long talk with Nick about this the other day, is you need to start vetting people that aren't in the poker world that miraculously show up with millions and millions of dollars, because because it matters. People will be like, well, if they're bad players and they bring their own money, what does it matter? It matters. It matters in the poker world when there's so many good people that could get a seat at the table, that there are people who are scummy, cheaters, done bad things in their lives, that get a seat because they ante up and they're bad at poker. You see what I'm saying? And I just say...
well, that's what the game's about, I suppose.
But it's not, okay? So he asked me, well, how do you know? Well, it's real easy. You get somebody's ID, they want to play, regular ID. Like if they're new, they have to show 2 forms of ID 2 weeks before they're scheduled to play, and that you have somebody that runs background checks on these people, and if it's clean, then you let them play. But I just think in
a perfect world.
Yeah. Now, there's plenty of people in the poker world that have been around for years that are loved by everybody and they know are good people, that a lot of them can never get a seat in those big high-stakes games. But I just think that you can't just have anybody come off the street, because you don't know where they stole those millions of dollars, if they scam people out of it. And at one point, somebody, said to me, well, what does it matter? Well, it matters. It matters. You know, like Ryan had.
I hear what you're saying. I mean, I personally, I might disagree from the point of like, you're gonna ask people where their money came from and shit. At the end of the day,
Well, you don't have to
poker,
ask people where the money came from. You just get their ID, you run a background check on them, and you see if they've been arrested for doing nefarious shit. You know what I mean? And like the one guy, the guy that was on the show, like Bitcoin Yoda, his real name was David Saffron, and something wasn't right with him, and he was kind of put into our group, and we did a background check on him. The guy stole $37 million from people in Bitcoin, and now they won't even give him bail. He's facing 30 years in jail, right? And he screwed over some people in our group, and
what do you say screwed over? What did he do? Just ran a tab and didn't pay it?
No, I hustled somebody out of some Bitcoin,
Gotcha.
And if some people would have just listened when I ran these back because something didn't feel right, then we wouldn't have the problem, But it's like,
but look at what you're saying. It's such a like we got to run background checks on people to be able to play in the lineup. Maybe for like the hustler when you're playing on a big
stream where thousands of people are watching. Okay, where no matter what you say, and I know this for a fact, there's IRS people watching, there's FBI people watching. Because when they see people sitting down with millions of dollars in cash, okay, the red light goes up. They're going to be looking at them, right? And so it's very important, like I told Ryan, for the safety of the casino and for the show, to make sure that these people aren't bad people. And so, we kind of agreed. They say it's a tough thing to enforce, but I really don't think it really is. If somebody who's not in the poker world they realize this guy's going to be live for the show, and you get their ID and you run the background checks on their ID, and it comes up that hey, nothing, and it's fine, but when something comes up, well, arrested for stealing this, or arrested for this, or did this or that, kind of like the guy in this Mars game, like the first game that I played in, right, that was cheated out here, had this guy, they called him Colin, but his name was Shane, right, and everybody knew and he'd been arrested in the casino for marking cards and using this specially digital enhanced like earpiece or whatever, right? And now everything came out about that guy like 2 years ago, and he's the guy that's running the cheating scam in the Mars game. Like, there should have been background checks. You see what I'm saying? And these people wouldn't have got screwed over. And
I guess for a live stream, yeah, I could agree. For Brian, Nick's sake or whatever. But personally, like when I play in home games, like I get excited when the fucking dope boy comes and sits down. We all lick our lips because he's gonna give the money to somebody. I'd rather fucking take it than Joe Schmo personally.
Right. Somebody just asked about Andy Stacks dumping all the chips. He can't be that bad. Well, Andy comes from a very wealthy family. And so the money to him really, even though he tries to win, sometimes he comes off because he's really aggressive. But that's been accounted for. It's like he's not somebody that's just got fake money and it's just dumping it. But you just got to be careful when you see people bringing money in, dumping a lot of money. There's a lot of I'm not saying it's going on at Hustler, but it's called washing money. You've heard about, what that means,
Yeah,
so,
of course.
If you put a certain amount on the show and you dump 60% of it and you cash out 40% of it, Yeah, that's just
Right,
just
I get
gotta
it.
be
You make a paper trail for a bit.
correct. So you just need to be. It's just very important. And like I said, there will never be. And you know me, everybody who watches my show, everybody who knows me knows that I know that Ryan Feldman and Nick Fertucci are two of the most honest people in the world. They're very caring. They trust everybody. And one of the downfalls is trusting too many people. And so I tell them all, just watch.
I want to say something real quick. Do you agree with the way they handled the Garrett situation?
I thought
personally,
I thought they handled it good. They did. He spent $300,000 on investigating and tearing apart everything. They spent a lot of money, and listen, the fact that Ryan went public and when he said, "What's the chance the Jack forehand was cheated?" in that interview, and he said 40%. Now people were like, "Wow, 40%! Wow, how could he come out so high?" Well, I mean, the truth of the matter is the only person that was able to see the cards was the guy that stole that money off Robbie's chip stack. Okay.
Right. And what the fuck does that tell you?
She said she had never met the guy, don't know who he was, but they were following each other on Twitter. Okay. If you remember, the second it happened, he comes out with a tweet. We are the most secure stream ever. There's no way that this could have happened. Hustler are the greatest people in the world. Then he steals the 15K, gets fired, and then he throws Hustler, tries to throw them under the bus and say how bad of people they are. Remember that? And then came the wouldn't not in his text, and then in her text, and then in the private text, supposedly that he sent to her, they also used the word wouldn't not. Now, I've never heard anybody say wouldn't not in my life. And it just so happened the two people involved were going back.
It's obviously,
listen,
it's pretty obvious.
Listen,
that,
circumstantial evidence, right? You watch how Robbie plays on streams now. Like, I've talked to Garrett.
I don't know. I don't understand how she gained notoriety after that, to be honest with you. Because
I mean, what's amazing are the people.
Have you ever won 150 fucking K from somebody, and then somebody accused you, and you just give the fucking money back? Never in a million fucking years. To me, people say, "Well, she gave the money back." Well, that fucking makes me think
I
she's
just
10
say
times
it like
guiltier.
this: if you know how to read people for a living, go back, watch the video, watch the throat, watch the big swallow, watch how nervous she was, okay? And
I look at it as like, all right, let's say she was cheating, she had an earpiece in or something in, that's somebody's telling her like, make the fucking call here, you're gonna win the hand, and she's like, man, how the fuck do I justify this?
I'll say this again, and I'm gonna get out of here because I want to watch the Laker game. But what if the reader read the cards as Jack 6 of clubs and not Jack 4 offsuit? Then it would make sense to call, right? I mean, it would be a crazy call, but it would make more sense because you'd have some kind of a flush draw. It's very possible.
Right.
Okay. I just know that if you watch the look on her face, if you connect all the dots, stop saying, "Oh, why would she cheat in this spot?" If you connect the dots, all the lies, all the stories that she changed a million times, then put that together with I don't know who the guy was, and then they were following each other on Twitter, then they DM'd each other. Listen, Garrett's been doing this for 20 fucking years.
She came from out of the blue,
Right.
it seems like, and she obviously doesn't play fucking solid, so she has no business playing at these stakes. And then I heard she's being staked in the game.
Right.
I'm not 100%
But
sure
at the
if it's
time,
true
she
or
talked
not.
about how rich she was and
Then
$100,000
why is she being
is
staked in the game
nothing.
if she's
Well,
rich?
dude, there was so many lies. When I mean, there was like 20 different lies, and
And who
listen.
just handed somebody $150,000 because they're upset?
Listen. I talked to a lot of the top pros, and privately, and every single one of them agrees with me. She cheated. Period.
There's obviously
the only
some
ones
type
that
of-
don't think are the people that aren't pros, the people that don't know nothing about poker, the people that don't want to put.
They're just not as fuck.
They don't want to put the whole. They don't want to put the entire puzzle together. If you put the puzzle together and it was in a court of law, on circumstantial evidence, they'd be found guilty. You know, it just would be. You know, so like I said, I think Garrett's you might not like his brash attitude, you might not like his confidence, but he's not the guy's.
He seems
would
like
never,
a stand-up dude. From
he
what I
wouldn't
could see,
steal
but
a
like I said,
quarter
I don't
from
know.
anybody. You know, that's just all I got to say. All right, my man. Have a good
anyway,
weekend.
good talking to
Bears
you, man. I appreciate
this weekend, buddy. Bears.
I was gonna tell you, I bet I made a dime from your picks from last week. I bet 500 first half, 500 full game on Samsung.
Yeah, that was the game of the year.
I was fucking afraid first half. I think it was 14-0.
I was a little bit scared. It was the way it started out 6-0. We were down. They could have had 2 touchdowns, and then we ended up 14-6 at halftime. But
okay, 14-6.
Yeah, but listen, this is a week. They're not nobody. They've caught Buffalo and Frisco on 10 days off. This time they have Dallas. Well, Dallas has had 10 days off too, right? They played Seattle last Thursday. I don't know, man. I can't lay. I don't think Dallas is 3.5 better than the Eagles. But Dallas could kill them. They got.
I don't know, that hook is scary.
I mean, getting Goddard back for the Eagles is so big. I mean, they run everything through that tight end. So, should be interesting. I think Dallas wins in a close game. Remember after
I tuned in late. What's your pick of the week? I gotta go. Real
the
quick.
Bears. The Bears plus 3.5, buddy. Bears plus 3.5 is my number one pick. Cleveland minus 3.5 against Jags, missing half their team is my second best pick.
Do you buy it down to 3 or lay to 3.5?
If you could buy it down to 3 and lay 120, I would. 125.
Probably gonna be
I
like
wouldn't lay
135.
130.
You never see 120 from 3.5 to 3.
Yeah, it depends. Some people but right now it's 3.5 minus money, so I don't think you could get it down to 3. If you want, you might even want to bet money line on Cleveland. I don't see how the Jags can bounce back with no Kurt, no Johnson, no Laurent. They're missing like 2 defensive players, 2 offensive linemen, their wide receiver, and their quarterback from last game. And it's a short week. I don't see it. We'll see.
We will see. Good luck, man. It was good talking to you.
Take care. Go Lakers tonight. Go Lakers. Later.
Hey, we gotta get this last caller.
All right, one more caller. We're out of here.
Hello.
Yo, welcome to Mouthpiece. This is Mike.
Hey, Mike, it's Drew. I got a couple of questions for your dealer brain.
Yeah.
Because you were a poker dealer. It has to do with muck card rules, okay?
Go ahead.
So here's the situation. This is a double board PLO bomb pot you have here in Texas. Is a cash game, right? So it's a 2-5 game. It's a bomb pot. So this is turn action. So there's the hero. And there's 3 villains. Villain number 3 on the left, villain number 2 on the right, and then closing the action is the button. That's the villain number 3.
Okay.
So this is second. This is the turn action, right? So on the left, villain number 3, he goes all in.
This is a double board bomb pot PLO.
PLO, yeah.
Gotcha.
You're familiar with double board bomb pot?
Of course I am. Go ahead.
Okay. So the guy to the left, villain number 3, goes all in. Hero calls, right? He's all in. Villain to the left of Hero, he folds. As he's folding his cards, it's exposed. Hero sees it, but the dealer grabs the cards and puts puts them in the muck, but on the side. And then the villain number 3, who's on the button, he's closing the action, right? He has to call 1,000, right? And there's nobody else in the pot. So he then says, "I want to see." He wasn't aware, but some commotion arises. He's aware that there was like some exposed cards in the muck. So what is the correct ruling on that? Does he get to see the cards to close the action?
What, did anybody else see the cards?
Just the Hero, and not even and probably not villain number 3.
Did anybody who was still in the pot see the cards?
Yes, Hero.
Yes, then he gets to see the cards.
Okay. So I thought that was it. I got this communication from this guy. This is in Texas. And he's telling me, they're screwing me over. They're screwing me over. That's exactly what he called a ruling on it, and that's exactly what the House ruled.
Yeah. So if another guy that saw the cards and put his money in, that he gets to see. Now, if somebody saw the cards that was not in the pot, then those cards don't get to be turned over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a correct ruling. The guy just he's just complaining because he probably lost a hand, right? That's why I go to Mikey. You got a big brain, Mikey. Yeah. You and I have the same affliction. We both have these a very bad back. I live in pain all the time. Yeah. It's terrible. I have to take these medications. Even taking gabapentin. I want people in the audience.
Gabapentin makes you brain dead, bro.
Yes. It makes you foggy.
Yeah.
All right. The fact that you're able to function at the level you're able to function at is a miracle because you have such a gigantic brain. That's how you're able to.
When my documentary comes out May 1st, everybody will understand what I deal with because, wow, I mean the fogginess, playing poker in a fog and still being able to play at a high level. I mean, if I was off,
all these people in the comments. I don't really read them, but I kind of do. I like all you guys to go mainline some freaking H. And then see how well you do playing poker, or even making chat comments.
Exactly.
Maybe you guys are all on the H anyway. Who knows? Yeah. You scumbags.
Yeah. You want to hear this fucking argument me and Phil had today? He thinks 80% of all players in poker are good people.
Are you crazy, Phil?
I said, dude, I'm like, they're like maybe 50 tops, 40 tops. I'm like, yeah, maybe 80% of the people we play with, right? And even then, that's probably high, right?
Oh, everybody's looking for an angle. Everybody's looking to shoot the angle.
Phil doesn't understand because he gets to play any game he wants to play. So he's not sitting there with everybody angling everybody to get a seat in a poker game. He has no idea how hard it is in the real world to get a seat in the
.com billionaires up there in Northern California,
right?
In his nice house.
And Phil gets mad at me when I say that 90% of everybody who's a billionaire is probably a scumbag, right?
Yeah,
I'm friends. You're calling all my friends a scumbag. No, I'm not. You might have your 5 billionaire friends might all be like top of the line, great people, right? I mean, I played with a billionaire that's one of the best human beings I've ever met, but that's like 5 or 6. There's lots of billionaires, and most of them didn't become a billionaire because they're nice people.
You stab somebody in the back, and then you stab in the front. That's how you become rich.
Exactly. And again, like I said to him, like all his friends that are billionaires, I like, but I don't know them really well. Like they have everything they could be telling, me or him could be lie. You don't know, But
well, Mike, it's been great. I like the show.
All right, have a good weekend.
God bless the psychopath
What's
billionaire
that?
called Elon Musk for spending $44 billion to ensure free speech on the internet.
Well, like he
God
said,
bless him.
they go, "What's Twitter worth now?" And he said, "Everything," and that's the truth. And I know that he'll go down with it, just like Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves. That he'll go down in history as Elon Musk saved the republic from the tyranny and the communists of the fucking left. And I know that
This is what my wish for you is. I wish that somehow, in some way, in this crazy world, that Mike Matisow finds himself, clear-headed, and at a poker table with Oshanti.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay. All right.
Hey.
God bless you, Mike.
Me too. Pick of the week, Bears this week. Let's see if we can get to 13-2.
I got something for you. It's an inside thing for everybody who likes live NBA betting. Okay, Spurs and Detroit are horrible, but there's other teams out there on losing streaks. But typically the Spurs, typically Detroit. If you're not live betting the second quarter, and even parlaying the second half, the third and fourth quarters, for them to under and to lose the game, you're leaving money on the table. You're leaving 40% ROI in those bets. Ride the losers in the world, people, and you can make some money. All right.
As long as you pick your spots and don't go betting every day, you can win at sports. If you're betting sports every day, like that, you can't win. It's just you can't. There's just the vig will eat you up. Me, I bet my pick of the week and my second best pick every week, and I might make an NBA bet once a week. I bet the Lakers against Indiana on Thursday because I was going to the games, and the tickets were $1,500, so I bet $2K on them. I think LeBron will not let the Lakers lose tonight.
I don't think the powers that be will let LeBron not win the first inaugural
I agree.
tournament.
Listen, year 39, age 21. He is not only he's the father time. He's literally a top 5 player in the NBA still, and it's really. We should really appreciate what you're watching.
It's the miracle of modern medicine, a.k.a. PEDs. But
my brother is
convinced.
convinced. My brother is convinced he's on a special, like, Balco type of steroid, and they haven't detected it yet. Because
he's on some kind of EPO, and he's on growth. Growth hormone is very hard to detect.
The guy he might be the best player in the NBA. I mean, he's top 5 for sure. Look what defensively, dude. He's shooting 44% from 3 this year, 42%. He's fucking.
It only took him 20 years to stop to stop traveling and do that crab dribble. It only took him 20 years.
What he's doing this year is more impressive than last year. And if the Lakers pick up one shooter at the deadline with the way they...
I want to say something about defense. I want to say, because I'm a Spurs fan, and I got this old freaking rundown Popovich telling people not to boo.
Oh, that was horrible.
He can't tell his team to find a body and box out in the paint.
That was horrible.
He can't tell his team, if you're above the key, to run back on defense. Defense is not that hard to coach.
I know.
You just got to coach it.
Defense is energy, bro. Look at LeBron. Look how
you can't have a guy 55 years older than you coaching you. The man is 80 years old. He looks gross.
Time to go to bed.
He looks gross.
I agree.
Why does a 77-year-old man have acne?
I agree.
All right. Go
All right.
away.
See you next week. Love you. Bye.
Be like Pat Riley. He picked a successor 20 years ago. You loser. All right. I got it, man. Thanks. Thank you.
Later,
man. I gotta go.
All right. Anyways, good episode. I love the Lakers and under tonight. Lakers defense has been the best in the NBA the last 2 weeks. 4 is a big number. I hope they cover it. And let's go 13-2, pick of the week. And we can move our record to 10-4 on our second best. So, Bears in Cleveland. But Bears. Later.
The Mouthpiece.